Late lurk through into mid. Making sure that space is still gained as well. You can see it's going for a bit of a split now into art. Held down for the time being. But players up close and personal. Yeah, this is going to be a battle being taken. Smoggy! You're getting 3 in the mix. That is just unheard of. They've already locked down just the one extremity. There will not be a spike being planted, not just yet. Left down to Benkai. That's been sown. You're right, Josh. So many openings here. It all comes down to this fight that might be about to be taken.
He's got players all over him, and the reposition from nobody, it's so clean. So let's take a look. PRX, are they able to stop the bleeding here? All of their players up towards A main. Nightfall off the rip to start. Didn't catch nobody.
Flash over the top. Nobody's not supported with it though. It just about fades away. Still Smoggy wants to take the fight. In fact, they're being backed up. CHICHOO with the spray down. He's grabbing 2. Benkai eventually removing him from the fight, but a bit of timing. Game of cat and mouse around the smokes. Forsaken takes away Can, removes him from the fight. All up to Haodong, the IGL for Edward Gaming.
With the map earlier on. Still with 3 stars to play with, and Haodong, he's able to get the spray down through the box.
It's going to be one of his targets found. It's him versus Benkai though. Stars drop down.
That's a great smoke.
Yep.
Countered though.
If you can force, but he knows where the positioning is for both of them now. The C's is going to be grabbing onto it. Haodong has no audio cues in the mix. Quick little pop into the Astro form. It's going to be the smoke popped up now. Benkai playing so far back here. That's important to the back, trying to spray through this when he's already got half. Haodong's just going to be sticking this one, and he's got the round. The East Asia LCQ.
And look how much PRX are having to focus on the A site right now. Just thinking about how their composition works, it's only Forsaken prodding towards mid, being that lurk player. Here comes Jingg though with a showstopper, looking to try and clear things in.
Rocket in the mix!
What an amazing null command from Smoggy.
Yeah, completely. Just takes away the showstopper, and he still looks down the one angle at Art. Bit of a pop flash play as well, go around the corner. Might even be trying for seconds, but he bides his time. Bit of patient play now. Up top on the half wall. Davai's position is known, it has to jiggle now. What a flick!
What is that?
Goodbye, Mindfreak. That's a slow field drop down, of course. Nerfed in the patch they were playing out of champs, but I mean, Kang's making the agent just look absolutely unbelievable still. Punished in the end, though. Slowly walking forwards. There isn't going to be a swing just there. Damage! Oh, it's done. Resurrect is online. A bit of consideration before he lets it loose, but now down to that 2v1. Still time running low. An opportunity for Haodong if he does disrupt this, but no stars to pull off the plans.
He might have an amazing timing here. Can he get there in time? No, not quite.
Puts out one. No one kill. Smoke laid down, sprays it through. 9 left in the clip, but eventually shut down, and finally a round on the board here for PRX. That are being taken with the Viper's pit drop down in A main, and all the information being gained. Kang's pushed so deep. They know that mid is relatively compromised here.
Smoggy making sure to get rid of the horn there, allowing Haodong to stay in his tough position.
Double bangs! That's going to be the face though.
But here comes Can. All of this delay from the rest of the team allows him to get a timing.
Just making a bit of noise. That is going to be the kill picked up. Still PRX are in control of this mid area. The spike was dropped down. It looks like they are starting to vacate back through mid. Still have control of it. Haven't broken the trademark just yet, but they know it's there. It's been in play for quite some time, and it's up to nobody to see if he can wrestle off a couple of shots. The angle's lost at the end of the day. What is that? A flicker. And Forsaken should be favoured in this fight, obviously, with the tour de force in hand. Easily done.
And now, some of that momentum taken away.
Full stars in play.
Spike down.
Oh, it's an entire cluster of bodies are going to be met at the top side of B here. You can feel the utility just being tossed out to the side. Smoggy's in a world of hurt right now. They drop down to his feet, vulnerable on top of it, but nobody, still with the Marshal in his hands, holding it to smoke.
With a Marshal.
I mean, up close. Forsaken is low enough now, and the body shot might be enough to do it. No. Eventually finds his target. But a gun has been acquired. CHICHOO working his way out of back, and this guy, he is a clutcher. He's known for it. Spike planted. Mindfreak tries to take the fight as well. Down to that 1v1.
CHICHOO has the Viper's pit to work with here too. Worried about Forsaken peeking in from that back elbow position. There goes the pit. How does Forsaken respond to this one? You want to try and get in the pit early if possible.
He has to, but just in the clutch. Great decision making as well to isolate into their line of side angles.
Face your fear!
Made an attempt. Okay, well, Nightfall's going to be coming through. That does force out the null command.
And there's still enough time here to just cancel.
Yeah, if they wait this out, Jingg is going to have the showstopper, but this is an important fight to take. Kang! You got to be kidding. Tour de force. Players dropping like flies, and they know that the position is contained. Finally, no suppression at play. A bit of an exchange there. Bullet for the rocket. It is that 1-for-1. Mindfreak. Oh, he's got a lot to do. Okay.
Be playing mind games against Mindfreak.
No. Star as well as in position. There's going to be a pull for Mindfreak.
The star on the spike indicates an A-main positioning here, I think, for the post plan. But Haodong is still looking towards Secret. He's got the right read if only he commits.
And now onto the spike. It is the wrong read. Mindfreak has played that impeccably. But a fast pivot now into Art as well. Space needs to be gained, and it looks like it is that A split with the fragment off to the side, making sure nobody's inside that smoke.
And it's down to Benkai to see if he can grab somebody. Here comes Davai, super quick behind, didn't check the back of the box.
30 seconds left.
Down to Mindfreak. Smoke on the one side of him. Trying to stay alive here. Benkai to the back as well. That's going to be util dumped into it. They need to try and push them back. On top of that, the satchel. Spike's still not being planted. A fight. Oh, it needs to be taken. Forsaken with the operator. He doesn't want to overstep himself. Benkai's at the back of the side as well in secret. Just trying to deny it. The time is running so low now. Pinging it on the pre-fire angle. Fights are being taken.
Benkai.
But he just needs to spam this and he wins. He just needs to spam it and he wins. But he's
Want to play? Let's
goes
play.
from 9-8 to probably 8-10. As long as PRX are able to stop a Thrifty on the other side of things. We haven't really seen this Viper Wall getting a ton of value. Maybe this is one of the rounds, but the trademark...
That's going to be the sub play! The trademark, he gave Jingg all the information, he double satcheled over the wall!
Keep it fresh. We're still going to be playing aggressive. That was a PRX special. And Jingg follows it up, taking out Kang, removing the tip of the spear here, takes out nobody as well, cleaning things up. It's just messing with him for the Davai flank. Ooh! Haodong reads it.
These are not players you really want to be messing with even that we were talking about.
Show me that replay and try it in your own ranked games.
That is
What a gorgeous angle.
And it was off just the slight trigger there of the trademark.
I'll tell you what, if that is...
How Benkai hiding behind the wall. This is a position that he's been playing time and time again, but does he have the teammates to try and bail him out of it? Bit of a spam angle. Things are there to try and line it up for him. The answer is yes. PRX are coming through with the gun. Still the spike is planted, but damage more than done with the Resurrect online. It's now the 3v2. Have to play inside of this pit. We'll just spam it out. You might get lucky.
140.
Stray bullets coming through. CHICHOO now he's repositioning, moving his way through a tap of the spike. That's going to be, I believe, the pull to offset that. The back of their minds, they know that nobody's going to be onto this one and still taking the fight once more. Another tap with the smoke in play, and what a clutch in the end.
If they're able to put away this anti-eco,
Flash over the
that
top.
point.
Spam comes down with the Vandals. PRX, they are going to be winning this one out. The reset at the end. Benkai, oh, he needs a bit of help surely from the rest of his team. Down to 15 health. And he is skipping and hopping away, but not quite. Warbang takes him out. 2v2 and a fast flank from Davai right behind them.
It's so quick. The PRX players are flanking instantly on a map this large.
You don't anticipate it. You don't. Timing's been played off, but he has slowed it down. He's not going to be taking the fight to them. Just wants to try and contain.
And a lot of discipline for Forsaken.
Yeah. Slight jiggle and a tap on that plan as well. They are looking to see if they can force out these angles. That is the 1-for-1 fight. Just being missed. A whiff from the bullets. CHICHOO. Star still being dropped down. That's going to be a pull to disrupt it once more as they hit a plan, and that horde has not been dealt with. An easy spray down for Forsaken. The players lit up like a Christmas tree. Nobody's still trying to deal a bit of damage though in the midst of it. See if he can turn the tide of the fight. These smokes are causing a lot of issues for them. Another one popped up just to see. There's a gun in play. That's going to be picked up, and now they know the positioning, but works his way around. That's Jingg again, causing all sorts of mischief in the play. Nobody sprays him. That's 4 kills in it for him now. 18 bullets in the clip. Position going to be revealed. This is a warbangable angle.
The horn didn't reach.
It didn't, but he's still slightly aware. Too many angles to watch for. Davai should be favored. 125 health, and he knows the positioning of nobody.
Nightfall to play with. If nobody thinks he has a moment to unleash it.
30 seconds left.
This one shot will do it.
Doesn't realize this time.
Timing is absolutely everything here. Right in their faces, a fight being taken, and of course your favorite there with a stinger. Bit of an exchange of weapons as well onto the ground. That's going to be an upgrade for Benkai.
This to OT, and suddenly it looks like it's slipping away from them.
Just turned on its head, it feels like, but with the Viper's bit down, there is a potential opportunity. Tap of the spike, but time is running solo on top of this and Forsaken that tour de force from earlier.
That's
well,
the
it's coming
spike.
in handy. Spike dropped outside of the pit. You can pick it up, you can try and blind it, but your position, it is known absolutely everywhere. And there is not enough time on the clock. You have secured yourself in quite a pickle, young man.
I think the big question heading into Icebox is, did Pearl make EDG look closer to our finalists from Copenhagen, or are they actually for real? Forsaken getting pushed away by the drone. Start comes off, this is Smoggy.
Early aggression, how do you come up with two? And he wants a bit more. Fight still being taken, but that's going to be the right click and play. CHICHOO eventually dealing with him. A nice and easy trade.
They did it on Pearl, they're doing it again here as well. Just take a moment, pause, make the PRX defenders spread out around the map. It'll set you up better.
A lot of damage done at the end of the day, but the kills returned for EDG.
And it's another great pistol round unless Mindfreak can pull off a 1v4. It just doesn't seem doable. Maybe. And nobody's good for it. PRX are very familiar with this kind of play, but Forsaken making some noise here. And there's two EDG players.
Taking a lot of damage, but the angle's still being watched.
Baited in.
Yeah.
And on the other side of the map, despite not having many players here, PRX have still denied the plant. That is unlucky for Mindfreak.
And I love this proactivity. Already taking the back of the side as well, pushing right past their own Viper wall here. Risks are being taken. And they are being rewarded for it. Eventually, though, that is going to be the trade. You can see Jingg was able to catch that one, and CHICHOO, well, caught with a util out in his hands.
But not getting the plant down has cost EDG here. Haodong is on the latest lurk of his life. Yeah. He spent all of that time, Bren, just trying to pick up a Phantom.
And not enough time left in this round to really do too much more. It's going to be the double face.
Easily teeing apart these defensive setups. And it's another really good start to a match for EDG.
A cloudburst onto the recon. Does avoid all of that one and a dash back. But just before Forsaken collects that kill onto Kang.
And it's still A aggression from PRX, but it's much more proactive. Forsaken dropped down to 1 health.
Obviously being watched as well, just that mid approach. How entirely doable, I think. Position is known. They know at the bottom side of tube here. Nobody. It's back right through. Recon's gonna be really good. He wallbanged him. That's, oh my goodness.
What a play.
And nobody has been elite in the online stage, but now a mighty task ahead of him. No bullets left. That Prowler just about latching onto his heels. 30 seconds remaining. Players are low.
30 seconds
Has to
left.
try and isolate a fight. On both of them, a single bullet will do it.
A single whiff, a breath onto Benkai and Forsaken would take them down.
And look at this play. The back of his mind. He has shown phenomenal game sense and mechanical ability. He contact plays towards A. Here's the footsteps, 10 seconds remaining.
Left.
No need for a headshot, but delivers it anyway. And he has his ult to play off, a shock dart, a recon dart. Nobody is so intelligent in these situations, and he is outplaying PRX right now.
It's down to this. Forsaken versus the newcomer to the stage. And honestly, just the slightest bit of damage will do it. It's all about timing here. It's all about timing. Back to back. Where are the players playing up the ropes? I don't believe it! And a shot is found! An ace to clutch it through!
That are being capitalized on. Op the op. Out at play here as Kang takes it up towards Belt.
And that is going to be the first kill found. What an impeccable one at that. No Mindfreak.
Here.
No Viper utility to try and block off 410 or any sort of aggressive play that might come into way, and you can see there's pace once more being injected behind this one. Just trying to clear out Maze, but they don't expect that Jingg could be up top here. Viper's pit is dropped down though, so these angles are not going to be quite as clear. Jingg wants to try and drop down into them anyway, wants to take the fight, but somehow, some way, Haodong once more comes through.
The EDG have 2 players watching for this. PRX are getting good information on the other side of the map.
I'll say, nobody is one away from his ult.
Here.
Well, kill will do it. Now that Viper fuel back up, it's going to be the snake bite drop down, and an updraft play all the way up close and personal taking position into this. Haodong's pushing forwards. Jingg should not really be favored there. The fight's still being taken, but a Nightfall on top of it, that's going to be pushing the players back and giving a bit of space now for Jingg.
They know that Jingg's behind. And Forsaken being able to win the jet battle has given his team a massive advantage. Are EDG going to go through a double push through the smoke? Just a single tap from Haodong, trying to trigger out some kind of response. But it's PRX with 2 rounds.
That's loose at the positioning though. Looks like they've already rotated a lot of the bodies over towards this one side. Can they try and take the fight? The answer is yes. That's going to be a trade. In fact, another one just underneath belt. Just underneath the rafters, I should say. Still looking for a couple more with the pistols. The CHICHOO's just running and gunning, man.
And Mindfreak, he didn't have a weapon until just now.
It's done Mindfreak!
What a thrifty! That's the full.
Dash to the side. That's a knives in play.
Fearless.
Impeccable crosshair placement from Smoggy.
And absolutely fearless. I mean, just not worried about Forsaken running into him there at all.
So far out in the open. They're walling for it.
Oh!
Breaks a portion. Brutal! But the spam is there. There is going to be coverage in play. Recon against the side. They heard the drop. Mindfreak's going to be closer towards me. It's going to be that double swing now. PRX have to be clean with the fundamentals. Have to be clean with the gunplay. They are coming out at least on top of that one short engagement. There's still a minute left. They could pump the brakes if they wanted to, but it looks like they're opting to just try and take the fight right into the barrel of Kang. And he's pushing back up, re-clearing into the position. 2 of the players left standing. All of these liberties being taken. This could be it, the final blow. And it's just down to the singular player. Davai cannot stand up against it.
By Zeta Division. And EDG have actually been playing fairly slowly, playing fairly disciplined in this match so far.
And look at this.
Can they figure out how to play against this comp?
Rendezvous with his feet, close hold to the corner. It's a half clear. What a mistake to make. And Kang Wow just teleports right to safety. Trademark's going to be destroyed, but he's still watching down a flank. In fact, look at this. It's going to be a flash to try and supplement it. Contact play off of it. He hears the footsteps running around. Does a decent amount of damage. And the work has already been put into this one, but the spike dropped down.
And EDG are playing the postmans all from long. And this is actually something that they were doing a lot online. I wasn't too much of a fan about it. I think the player advantage here, it should be enough.
They're trying to spam this one with pistols, man. It's already smoked
enough.
off. Half on it.
It should
Taking
be
it all
enough.
away. A Benkai. That's one way to get a red ball.
And the question is how they deal with these kind of threats. And in this round, the big threat was Kang's lure. They are still getting the trades off. And PRX are going to get challenged here. Unless they can get Jingg in a position to duel frequently and use his dismiss. He's getting no value from the Reyna.
The same opening setup time and time again. And look at it, the aftershock. Second round in a row. Forsaken tries to evacuate, but Dash are just catching him again. Over and over again.
These last couple of rounds, PRX have been made to look silly. Of course, this time, the idea being, you know, even with a Prowler in your face, as Reyna or Jett, you can take...
Now an operator in the hands of Forsaken. Is this the change-up they need?
Using the Trailblazer to set up on A short. And this is the first time that EDG have gone for mid.
That is so risky.
It really is, from both players actually, jumping onto the line.
Benkai's got a difficult task ahead of him. That paranoia pushes him back. Couple of straight bullets. Now the Cam spots the positioning. He knows the amount of players that are going to be lurking and making their way now onto C site. Can the players lock it down? Spam onto the angle, a wider swing, Jingg. That's going to be 2. Returns it back. The timing is everything. The Seekers, they give them exactly what they needed. They know that the last 2 players of Edward Gaming are going to be now sitting on the C site.
Haodong with his ultimate here, if they can give the spike and they swap it
So
over.
low.
The spike now onto the Omen, who fakes the plant and can ult over to A. Ah, CHICHOO though, he ends up going down, Forsaken with the operator flank. Not quite expected. And Kang pushed away from mid. That's information gained that there was a mid push, and they go into the C exec. This time Benkai is ready and waiting. Does it make a difference?
They're probably going to be using the pull to try and disjoint this one. Teleport to the back of the side. Benkai, his information is revealed right into the trap wire. You're revealed. Locked down. Mindfreak swinging through. 3 kills. And now 2 left standing. CHICHOO and nobody. The close corner. It's going to be the dash enabled and the blade still running forwards. And a quick little jiggle of the movement. Even a dismiss on top of it. Dashing right into the face of their adversaries. Another one to pile up on top when it comes to the rounds.
around it, but honestly, that's only going to make Forsaken and Jingg more aggressive. Here comes the Nightfall.
Yeah, a lot being dumped into this one now. Even the updraft over the top, that's going to be the trap wire though. That reveals the positioning of Kang. The counter spam is there, but again, Benkai setups are just far too clean, man.
No way.
Far too clean. Everyone revealed to him.
And with Kang down, Jingg now gets the flank off. The trademark disabled. Jingg is so deep into A, and Benkai continues to taunt them.
Yeah. Camera just tagging a couple of players. Off to the back of the side. Jingg, I don't know if you deserve that one, but that is the prime game.
This final round on the board, it's still looking like a great half.
Still looking doable. I think they've shown good adaptations. Angle being watched, but again, it's another approach over towards C, another heavy execute into it, a bit of spam into the smoke. Camera's just holding it. Only with a shorty. Expecting maybe a player to just step within his field of vision. But no, pure discipline in play, but now they have to deal with Jingg. This guy looking like a final boss. AC 130 from above. Forsaken was there with the knives and updrafting, but they do deal with him in the end. And that's layers upon layers for their strategies, I think, to get back into this one. And they do have good weaponry with the rifles in their back pocket. But it's a contact play from PRX. Bit of disrespect being shown to the utility early on, and yeah, being given so much space. Flash, cloudburst off to the side, even the Lear as well, making sure every angle is watched for.
But it's a different approach to the defense, right? EDG's composition much better on the retakes. And they've saved, you know, Paranoia, 2 flashes, fault line, still a lot of utility to be worked with. So it is an option, whereas it wasn't for PRX. Yeah.
Starting to see that util now come through. Fault line, Paranoia, dash forwards through, and the plays are being made. Nobody secures 2, but nobody has dealt with Jingg. Eventually, he will go down now. And 2v2. Smoke just causing a slight sight line. The timing is so good, and a flick of the wrist from Mindfreak. Only the Spectre left down to it. The pressure, the time, it's on the shoulders of CHICHOO. He needs to try and get onto this spike to get that defuse online.
He's just got to smoke back. That could be the answer.
There's no time cues though. There's no time at all to work with. In fact, Opposite just saved the rifle. He knows that there's nothing to play for now, and Benkai's done his job.
And that is heartbreaking. When you get to that spot and the opponents get a comeback, it happens all the time.
We've covered a lot of 100 Thieves, Josh. It does happen.
Nice cloudburst to stop Kang going for the peak. That one way.
Seeker's removed. Just quick scopes it. CHICHOO's there ready and waiting. That's the Paranoia as well to help that swing out.
And I was talking about slot situations that aren't 5v3s.
I do like this angle though from Smoggy. Even that fault line to help him out. I think that might have been a repeat. There was a flash to push that one back. Still that cage. Just try and cut up one of the angles. Trailblazer goes down. Smoggy has not been dealt with. Slight reposition, a spray down through the cloudburst. Spike down on the ground and enough play.
There is a cam.
Triple push, but now the Nightfall, they want to try and fight this one, but the Nightfall is not catching onto anyone. Fight still being taken, that's Mindfreak all the way into the back, and the angle is watched.
And this retake setup is not looking particularly great here.
All over the place.
They don't know where Mindfreak is. There's players behind as well, but Forsaken's reading the game very nicely.
Yeah, they've dealt with this one. Great amounts of discipline.
EDG.
Still though, you don't want to lose your grip on this round. Not when it was handed to you. A slight jiggle there of the movement. Nobody has been baiting these shots impeccably. But now this late lurk that's coming through is everything from Mindfreak. He needs to get value out of this one, but he hasn't spotted it. Maybe just the cape, but he knows the players are pushing up. It's down now to CHICHOO.
And this one he can go for.
Flying back around, he's aware of this one. Flick to the side, not enough. The shot, the overheat, maybe a bit of pressure being applied to both of these players. The quick shot. Okay, why not? Wide swing from Jingg to return fire from an opposite side of the map. But now with that Cosmic Divide split across, they know that the play is happening over towards A.
There's a Rolling Thunder here that should just block the plant from going down entirely.
Not going to be able to get this one off. They need to find the kills. Flash over the top. That's going to be Jingg finding it, but they still need to get the spike down. And they've just about stuck it, but now they deny it. Swing from Jingg. Can't get the second. Aggressive play from Edu Gaming down into mid, but they don't gain too much space off of it. In fact, it's nobody who's being pressured the most. Fast approach. Aggression is the name of the game, and a flash over the top. Haodong just left like a sitting duck at the back of the side. Forsaken. Relentless with the play. The Bladestorm in his hands. This guy is a weapon of death.
And it's a 5v3 for PRX to close things out and move forwards in the group. Smoggy with Bladestorm of his own. Can he find any sort of value here? It's a brutal crossfire, breaks it with the cloud burst.
It's the one, but a reswing is there at the end of the day, and it's just down to Kang. This is it, surely. One shot found, 2 players remaining, 3 players remaining, excuse me. Drops down to the floor, and not enough, just can't quite reset the aim. The 13th round secures it and seals the deal for the opening match of champs.
Ren, if the rest of the game's a champion, and Life is the player that the rest of the team trade off in order to create those openings. A fifth of the time when Life dies, he gets traded. And that is really tough to replicate with sub. So I think EDG did a great job in this game of showcasing they are serious contenders. But at the end of the day, it's PRX getting the W in the column as predicted.